if we're given like a chance, right, to change one thing on earth today, like if you're given the opportunity to change one thing in the world, what do we change?
Violence.
Violence?
Yes. I was gonna say the same thing. Violence. Yeah. Homelessness.
I'd probably build a city to house just about anybody who wanted to change their life.
You say you'll be a city to house anybody that would want to change their life?
Yeah, me and my friends came up with the plan to start a small settlement, and then we would train people with trade skills, have them come move in, we'd build them a house, they'd learn their trade skill while the house is being built, and then they would offer those trade skills to the community. Everybody lives happily, everybody learns a new trade skill, and then if they wanted to move away, they could take that trade with them as a profitable career. It gets people off the streets.
Wow, now that's a tough one. What would I change? Oh man, that could be quite a few. I would say, yes it is. Drop the price of college tuition. Change something for the homeless. You've seen a lot of that today, walking up and down the street. Do something for the homeless. I couldn't think of too many other things.
So to like modify it, right? To like modify just one thing, right? Just one thing, just modify it, put it in one way. What do we change? Like something for the world. Is it about the homeless or dropping down college tuition or what?
Most definitely drop the college tuition.
But you think like, is it like, I don't think like college tuition is expensive like that around the world, or maybe it's just some part, like I'm from Cameroon, right? We don't pay that much in college. But I mean, it depends too, like the jobs. We don't have a lot of jobs too, you know what I'm saying? But we don't pay like that much. We don't spend that much in college. Way they spend.
In America, they pay a lot.
Right, I know.
Drop that. Drop it.
So that would be the only thing you would change if you have the opportunity to change one thing on it?
There's a lot of things that you could change. I just can't think of them. There's so many right now. That's a difficult question.
The one that's at the top of your mind is changing, reducing college tuition, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I mean, that was fair enough.
Life itself, the way I'm living.
Okay,
I would want a business. I want to own a business. I want a soul food restaurant.
No, I mean like if you're given a power, like world power, to change one thing in life that could like impact a lot of people, what are you changing?
My life.
Just your life?
My life. The power of like bettering myself, bettering my siblings, coming to means.
Okay, let me answer this way, right? Like, okay, you're given a power.
Yeah.
You're given like a power. That's like a world power, right?
Yeah.
To change something that can impact the whole world.
That could impact the whole world.
Yeah.
The way society is. The way society is. Because right now, this society and this generation, excuse my French, is fucked up. It's like, this is hell.
So what is that one thing that you would change to make the world better?
Change the population. I would change the
Like reduce the population?
and people. You know, the way people go about things, hateful things. If I had the power, I'd change all that. Where to just be good, no evil, no drama, no fighting. Everyone get along. Don't judge people.
Okay, don't judge people.
Don't judge them.
Right.
Live your life to the fullest, because life is too short.
Right.
You never know. Tomorrow's never promising.
Right, for sure.
So it's like, I think about a lot of stuff. And then I'm dealing with a situation with my fiance. He's been in a coma since December. He's still in a coma.
What did you say?
My fiance, he in a coma. He's been in a coma since December.
That's sad. Not bad.
And it's like, I feel his mom's letting him suffer. I feel he just ready to go home. He ready to go home. He wants to be with his dad because his dad passed away. He said after his dad passed away, he ain't have nothing to live for. So I feel he also keeping himself in this coma too. but it was God's will. Everything's for a reason. When the Lord tell you, be still. Be still. Quit doing the things you shouldn't be doing because karma's a bitch.
I got you. I got you though, man. I mean, would you mind if I, like, you say you're dealing with hair problem and stuff, would you mind if I drop a little something for you? Maybe get some food? I mean, I don't have much, but I guess this can do too much. Yeah. Have a good one, man.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
For sure.
Y'all have a blessed day and y'all keep smiling.
For sure, for sure.
Thank you.
You get better. You get better.
Thank you.
Yeah. And okay, so basically you're saying like you could be like a city for like the homeless people or something like, or just like
Only the ones that want to change their lives.
like living up there for free,
Yeah.
not paying it.
No, they won't have to because they're instead what you're doing is you're working it off. So you're not paying for it, you're working for it.
Right. Right.
It's just like if you ever go to that work source program where they take you off and they teach you a trade
Yeah.
and it's free. They teach you a trade and then they send you on your way.
I mean, that would be good if anybody can live off for free and then you don't got to pay rent, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
you'll
be happy though.
Your payment would be the trade that you learned would be helping the other people in the community.
Okay. Homelessness?
Yes.
Damn, that was it. You said
Cure
what?
world hunger. How they be saying in the pageants? Cure world hunger.
Yeah, you said you changed homelessness?
Yes.
Damn. Why?
Cause it's sad seeing people just on the street just struggling, and then like government got all this money and still can't put none of that money towards like just giving them like a place to like stay.
But do you think everybody in the street is because of the government though? I mean, some people might be into drugs.
Might actually be struggling, but others just they kind of like drove down that path on their own. But yeah, just mainly for the people who actually like truly need help.
So why would you not choose America if you were to be born today? I say, why would you not choose America if you had a chance? If you were to choose where to be born?
It's not really a good place.
I mean, be honest.
It's not. It's not. You can't go nowhere without somebody shooting it up, and yeah.
I heard shooting.
Yep.
Okay.
Y'all might be too young right now, but house insurance, that, state taxes, it's a lot of things you could drop.
Right.
It's a lot of things you could drop.
Right. I mean, some certain stuff should be free, but we can change it. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to change like some stuff like that, you just need to like impose like that law that impose those stuff. Just take it out, because if you drop it down, some people will still complain. You feel me? So okay, one last question. So I'm gonna let you go.
Let me explain who would complain about something like that.
A lot of people, right?
The rich would complain, but who in their right minds would complain about their child having a lower tuition? I own a house. There's no way in the world I would complain about my property taxes going down. It just went up in January. It just skyrocketed in January.
Right.
For no reason at all.
Right.
So yeah, who's going to complain about that?
I mean, so like I said, some people will never be satisfied with whatever you do, right? But let me ask you this one last question before I let you go, right? Do you think about people, like you mentioned homelessness before, do you think the people being in the street, do you think is their fault being in the street, or is like the government? Or like, what do you think about that? People being...
It's both. Some want to. We just got through talking to a couple of guys that some don't want to be in the street. They don't have no choice. Because he was in the military, came out, he didn't have anything to look forward to. Okay, but then you had another guy came up, spoke to me and him earlier. He wants to be out in the street. He doesn't want to go to the homeless shelter. The homeless shelter closes at around 5:30, 6 o'clock. But he's out here hanging out.
He doesn't want to go there.
No, because there are rules in the homeless shelter.
So you think like no matter what the government do or whatever, people will still be in the street?
Exactly. Jacksonville, Florida is the best place for a homeless person because they've told me that. They've told me that because no one bothers them here. If they go to Orlando, Tampa, somewhere, the police are going to kick them off the curves and all of that. Jacksonville, nobody bothers them. So if you go to the Greyhound bus station, you're going to see a bunch of homeless, and they're here because they know they're not going to be bothered.
Okay. Okay, okay. One last question. I'm gonna let you go, right? Your phone keep going. One last question. How old is you?
I'm 35.
35, right? Do you like regret anything about your life?
Not really.
Not really.
I look forward. I don't look back.
Okay. If you were given an opportunity to change one thing in your life, maybe like 10 to 15 years ago, right? Or maybe like, let's say 20 years ago, because like in your 20s, you still have like, fresh mindset, like still trying to get about life. You know what I'm saying? If you're given an opportunity to change one thing in your life, like 15 years ago, what would that be?
15 years ago,
Yeah.
I'd have been 20.
You're right.
Damn. Nothing happened in my life during that time that I would change.
Nothing happened in your life?
No, I had 2 kids, a wife, and a nice house, nice car, and a nice job at that time. My life was nice at that time.
So at what point did your life change, if you're saying so?
Oh, when my wife decided that she was going to get with another guy in school behind my back
Oh, wow.
while I was paying for her college degree.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, it's sad to hear about that. But let's say at that point, right, if we're given an opportunity to change one thing, right, to prevent that from happening, what would you have done?
Wouldn't have paid for her college.
You wouldn't pay for her college.
That's
So
what
you-
caused the whole problem.
So you're just like regretting that you spend money on her and she
Paid
let
for her
you.
college, and then she met a guy in college and decided that he was going to be better for her than I was. But I paid for the house. I built the house. I paid for our car. I built her car. I bought her, everything she needed. We had 2 kids together, nice property. We had pets. We had cars. We had everything we needed.
So you think that was out of your control? You think that was... It was in your
It was.
control?
It was out. It was completely out of my
It was out of your control. So right, that's why. So the only thing you would have done to prevent that, just like paying for her college tuition, like you would have not let her go to college or anything.
No, she could have gone on her own. She wouldn't have had the extra money to be able to run off and do
But she's
things.
still your wife at this point, though. You still have kids. You
Yeah,
still
that's what I'm
share.
saying. She would have been able to go off and go to college, but she would have been paying for it. So she wouldn't have had all the extra money I was giving her to run off and do things on the side like she was.
Okay, so you just regretting that you spend your money on her and then she met another guy. So you don't care about your wife using her own money to go to college and then getting with another guy. You don't care about that?
No, because if she had used her own money and gone to college and then
Get with another
met
guy.
with another guy, that would have been her own thing. She'd have met some guy and I would have turned around and left. That'd have been it.
Oh, yeah. It seemed like
But there's a big difference, because if she was spending her money, she would have been a lot more wiser about it. Because back then she was really, really wise with our finances. So she wouldn't go off anywhere without having that extra money stashed aside first. That extra money being my income.
So you just crying like she used you or something, right?
That's what her family says.
You just say that's what her family said.